Man, I know I got bills to pay, but working for this company has made me so distraught, and I hate having moral quandaries about how I feed myself and how I support my loved ones.
That was a clip from a Disney employee, went viral on Twitter. That's after the company's CEO did not explicitly denounce legislation in Florida that activists have dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill. Now, Bob Chapek is acknowledging the concerns, reportedly noting at the shareholder meeting, quote, many are upset we didn't speak out against the bill. Akiko, Chapek also made a call to Florida's governor to express his disappointment. So a change in about face, I guess I would call it here. Your thoughts on the matter?
Well, this has been an interesting trajectory, Jared, when you think about how it's played out for the last several days, all on social media. And let's back up a bit to talk about what exactly this legislation is. You said don't say gay. That's kind of become how people have described it officially. It's known as the Parental Rights and Education Bill. The House, or the State House, and the Senate have both passed it in Florida. It essentially limits teachers from discussing or acknowledging or addressing the existence of queer people. Now, parents who are in support of it says, look, this allows them to have a little more control on what students can discuss. But those who have been opposed to it are saying that this will have a chilling effect on teachers, limiting what they can and cannot teach. And the outrage among Disney employees really came out after it was revealed that Disney had, in fact, contributed money to those lawmakers who supported the legislation that put Bob Chapek in kind of a tough spot here. And those Disney employees took to Twitter, took to social media, started the hashtag Disney Do Better. And that's why we are here where we are talking about this. Now, Bob Chapek has done an about face here, but that hasn't necessarily quieted these Disney employees. And I'm looking at one in particular. He's an actor and writer, Ben Simon, who has credits in Disney franchises, including DuckTales. He's one of those employees that spoke out initially saying that he is also gay. He was really upset that Disney had supported some of these lawmakers. He's out with a tweet saying, please don't be fooled by this half-hearted triage. The bill was allowed to pass with no public opposition from Disney, and they still intend on funding all the politicians that passed it. Jared, it's important to note that Governor Ron DeSantis hasn't signed the bill yet, but I think the point of contention among employees now is that it's convenient for Disney to come out and say they're opposed to it now, but where was that opposition? It was when it was still being debated among state lawmakers.
I think that's a good point, because that's for kind of when it counted. And it just illustrates a side issue that a lot of corporations face, especially in the modern age, which is who do you lobby? And if you're going to send money, you probably have to send money to both sides if you're a big company like Disney, but then you have to live with the political implications of that. And Disney historically, I grew up in Miami and Florida. Disney was a big part of my childhood. And I remember some controversy around gay pride parades. They were a trailblazer in that field. The Ellen DeGeneres show appearing on ABC, an openly gay woman, ABC owned by Disney. So they were kind of trailblazers in the field. I would have expected Chapek to come out on the issue a little bit earlier, but really difficult to navigate these things, as we saw with the NFL. The player crisis that we had in the NFL a few years ago. So I think putting it all together, Akiko, I'm not sure at the end of the day if the Disney employees are going to feel better about this, but I think Chapek finally spoke his mind in the minds of most of his employees.
Yeah, it's just yet another example about the power of social media for employees to be able to speak out. And we've heard more and more that these values, quote unquote, are really important for employee retention, too. I just want to point to one last tweet here from Abigail Disney, who, of course, has often spoken out against the company that is within her name here, saying, I'm deeply angered by Disney thinking it can look the other way for its hateful Don't Say Gay bill, and it takes a serious flawed moral compass to not see that funding the people who wrote and passed this is anything less than supporting their ugly agenda. So we'll see how this all continues to play out.